So there is who was born on the 25th. However, there's another holiday that falls right in that time frame. It's like a whole few days of feasting, and it's called Saturnalia, which I don't know if, depending on what year it was, if they do this feast on different days. But regardless, it's right around the days of what people call Christmas. It's around the same days as the holiday that people call Christmas. So Saturnalia in mid-December honors the agricultural god Saturn as one of the most popular Roman festivals. Its influence is spread across the Western world for hundreds of years. Saturnalia derives its traditions from old farming rituals of midwinter and the winter solstice. These rituals include offering sacrifices or gifts to gods during winter during sowing season. During this holiday, work in all businesses stopped, schools are closed, all norms were essentially thrown out the window. Ancient Romans decorated their homes with wreaths and replaced their traditional clothes with bright, colorful togas. Even slaves during this time were completely relieved of any duties during Saturnalia. They joined everyone in participating in the festivals, often sat on the head of the table with their masters. Well, often sat at the head of the table while their masters served them. The holiday was spent singing, eating, socializing, gambling, and gift-giving. It is written in ancient Roman poetry as the best of times. And then, of course, they have here telling you how to celebrate it, even though my mother and I, we don't celebrate Christmas. We're pretty much celebrating Saturnalia because this is where Christmas derived from. It's all connected with Tammuz's birth, Saturnalia. These are the ancient pagan holidays of old, but they can tell you how to observe it, to celebrate, get together, feast, games, enjoy celebration, and post on social media how you choose to mark this week. Look at this. Wear out green and gold. Decorate and don't go light on the ornamentation. Cover everything. Make cookies, shapes of moons and stars. So they are pushing you to worship pagan gods. Drink, invite your friends and family, hand out goodies, have a good time. It's been celebrated for quite a bit of time. So here's another website as well. I will put the website in the description. But as we know, Christmas was a heathen festival celebrated on December 25th in honor of Tammuz, also called Baal, the sun god, the son of Semiramis, the Babylonian queen of heaven. The celebrations included hymns singing in the street, riotous merrymaking, feasting, drunkenness, giving of gifts. Among the Romans, these pagan ceremonies known as Saturnalia were given in honor of the victory of Sol Invictus, the unconquerable sun god, over the darkness at the winter solstice. The sun god in Saturnalia ceremonies was likened to a small child. This pagan festival was taken over by the Church of Rome in the 4th century to commemorate the birth of Christ. The name Christmas is a combination of Christ and the word Mass. Not only Christmas as a whole, but the festivities within it are of pagan origin. Instead of the child Sol Invictus, there is a popular Christmas crib with a doll as the child Jesus. What a flagrant flouting of the second commandment. How awful the blasphemy in representing the eternal God in heaven, nature as a doll. How idolatrous and worthless the religion that has a doll for its God. We ought not to think of the Godhead as like unto gold or silver or stone or graven image by man's device. So you're worshipping a statue. That's what a lot of these churches do too. When you got statues of Mary, don't keep and Jesus. The decorating of an evergreen tree was part of the worship of Tammuz or Baal, the sun god of ancient Babylon. Through the Church of Rome, the Babylon of the Apocalypse, this act of Baal worship has been handed down through centuries. Setting up the Christmas tree in their homes, schools, and churches. They're guilty before God of upholding a practice peculiar to the worship of Baal. Remember how it said not to worship any graven images? You're putting gifts underneath a tree. You're bowing down to it and putting gifts underneath. So this pagan holiday was so bad that actually Boston was bandits for all the way from 1659 to 1681. So this says the followers of Christ in both America and England helped pass laws making it legal to observe Christmas, believing it was an insult to God to honor the day associated with ancient paganism. And that's exactly right. But now we went right back to pagan holidays, when originally we didn't celebrate them. Well, this is ancient, but basically it was originally bands, but then they flipped the script and made it so people would want to celebrate it more because it's like, oh, it's banned, it's banned. Oh, maybe you do want to celebrate it. So that is the truth about our holidays that we're celebrating. And if you are a Christian like us, take some time. We've got many, many weeks. Take some time. We've got like a month before Saturnalia hits. Do some thinking. Don't just hear what I'm saying and get angry about it. Or don't just listen to this and have it come out the other ear. Because we are so conditioned to celebrate it, and you don't want to be looked at as a Grinch, as a a Scrooge. You don't want to be looked at as a Scrooge because you don't celebrate Christmas. You don't want to give people gifts. You don't want to give and receive gifts. Why not? Because that's exactly what happened once we stopped celebrating. Family members were like, "What you don't celebrate Christmas? What are you doing? You don't want to put up your Tammuz Christmas tree? Bow down to him? Yeah, no, we don't want to bow down to a pagan god, or not even an actual god, but a wannabe. we'll call him a wannabe god because the one true God is in heaven. Was the creator of heaven and earth. These are false deity gods. And that is the truth about December 25th. So take some time and think it over. It is very saddening that we've been duped to think that we should celebrate them. We are celebrating a holiday that, as followers of God, we were never supposed to celebrate. Because we're not celebrating the true feast days, but we're celebrating these days, which we shouldn't be doing. Thank you all so much for watching, and God bless. Bye.